Greetings, family. This is Cassandra Floyd, also known as the daughter of the Fates. And I want to thank you all for joining me on this lovely Saturday for the temple service at the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence, where we, as the body of the goddess, believe that we are, accept that we are the willful, enthusiastic architects of the future through our works and our deeds and our actions and our thoughts right this moment, right now. That everything is purposeful because she, as the all-knowing, wills it so. Understand? I'm so happy and so grateful to be able to be here with you this morning in full health, with energy, on a bright and sunny day here in Southern California. I'm going to pause for a minute because I left my ritual coffee in the other room. So let me go grab that really quick and we will get this part started. Yes, yes, yes. 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 So, today is August 5th, 2023. And I want to open with just a an affirmation or a conspiracy, if you will. Anybody remember what I said a conspiracy is? Anybody recall what I said a conspiracy is? You wonderful human beings tuning in with me this morning. A conspiracy is the breathing together in one accord to ensure a certain result, a certain outcome. A certain outcome. What did I say? The breathing together, as if in a band. The exhale is what produces the music, not the inhale. It is the exhale that produces the music. It is the breathing together in one accord. That which you will into existence to ensure a certain result. That, my dears, is the conspiracy. Okay? So, I just want to say that I want to be open for the goddess to be able to speak to me and through me what she wants you all to be fed with today. I sometimes am, and I felt like over the last 2 weeks, I've been heady in my approach. I've been willful in a way that is like aggressive. I've tried through force to ascertain what I'm going to speak, what I'm going to say. And it's created this kind of like mania in my mind, right? And so today I was like, I woke up very early because I have noisy neighbors, yes, even on Sundays. And I was like, instead of being upset with my neighbors about their rude ways, I was going to get up, take the opportunity to ascertain what I was going to talk to y'all about today. So I am just being open. I am allowing myself to be open for Spirit to move through me how she sees fit, for her to deliver what she sees fit. Because I was trying this morning to be willful in a way that was kind of aggressive about what I was going to talk about today. And I'm not. I had to take a few deep breaths, you understand? And, just allow myself to be an instrument. So I pulled some cards today. Just so you know, that was the affirmation. That was a meditation. You feel me? Like, I'm trying to tell y'all about what's happening. You understand? I'm trying to tell y'all. I get it and I understand why. I understand why, and it is no shade. But the, rhythmic, repetitious ramblings that we do, it's not what I'm about. And sometimes I recognize that it is the ritual that people need to connect with. Like it's what's familiar to our conditioned mind. The chaos, baby, is what the mother is about. The dark, the radical chaos. That's all her. The ugly, the dirty, the what we call filthy, that's her. That's what she like. That's what she about. That's what she about, baby. And so I've been really trying to sit with that. And when we read the other day about hair and how the reason the church began to attack women's hair, shave women's hair, because they saw that as the seat of women's witchy power and shit, and how the pre-patriarchal, pre-church women, when in ritual, had their hair crazy and wild. I was like, I resonate with that. Now my hair is all done up and pretty today. You feel me? But under that full moon a couple days ago, I was like, let me pull my hair loose and get out here in this moon and get this magic work done. You understand? And so anyway, I did a poll today. I wanted to do that. I did a poll from my deck today for the temple, not for myself, for the temple. And I only did a 3-card spread. My typical spread is 9 cards, but I did a 3-card spread, and I want to share the results of that spread with you in the event that you may be fed from her word of the day. So for those of you who don't know, I have a lot of decks. I have a lot of really wonderful decks. I stay buying decks, and no matter how many decks I acquire, I always come back to this one. They tell you that when you're looking for a deck, there's going to be that one that literally speaks to you louder than all others. I've got some really radical decks. I've got some dope ass decks, and I might even promote one of them. But the deck that I read from and have been reading from for a minute, 9 years maybe, not that long. Let's see. I've been here 5 years, so 6 years maybe, almost 7 years, 6.5 years, something like that. Anyway, I love this deck. At first, I had an attitude about it because the complexion of the folks up in the deck were extraordinarily pale. You feel me? And the colored folks in the deck were few and far between. But once I got out of my way about that, baby, this deck is alive. Okay? The deck is the Medicine Woman Inner Workbook deck. The Medicine Woman Inner Workbook deck. And it is the joints. Okay? Mine is falling apart. I'm about to have to laminate the book and put it in a notebook or something because mine is falling all the way apart. But anyway, I'm going to talk to you today about the 3 cards that I pulled from the deck this morning in preparation for today. And they are impactful. I only did 3 cards. I only pulled 3 cards, and I pulled 3 major arcana. 3 major arcana in a 3-card spread. And this is actually, honestly, come to think of it, this is the first time I have pulled for the temple as an entity. This is the first time I have done a pull. I don't know what made me think about it this morning. I don't know why I hadn't thought about it before, but this is the first time I am doing a pull specifically for the temple as an entity. So I guess it makes sense that it would be all major arcana that I pull on this day here. You understand? So the first card, so what I'm going to do is tell you the nature of the card itself, and then tell you the card in the traditional deck that it corresponds to, because that language is more what people are familiar with and resonate with. But I'll tell you why I just now bought my first traditional tarot deck, like in February when I went home to help with my mom. That was the first time I was even interested in looking at a traditional deck. And I'll be honest, the reason that I still remain apprehensive about referencing the traditional deck is because its symbology, its symbols, its content is so patriarchal. It's so stereotypically patriarchal that it has never resonated with my spirit. Not once, not ever, not ever. I did buy this deck because it was exceptionally beautiful for the traditional deck. But even the other night, I tried to read from it for myself, and I was like, I reject all of this. There wasn't nothing in it that resonated with my spirit. It's just a pretty deck to look at. So anyway, before going off task too much, the first card that I pulled from the deck this morning is called the Balance card. So the Balance card, I'll show it on my IG, and I will show it on the stream. It is the Balance card. So the Balance card in the traditional deck is the Justice card. Now let's see what this card has to say about the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. I'm just going to, actually what I'm going to do, instead of just, quote, interpreting, I'm actually going to read what this card says and then talk to you about the card. So this deck, especially with the major arcana, has an affirmation that precedes what the card is talking about. It has a medicine woman energy attributed to the card. Then it has some self-questioning exercises, the astrological sign associated with it, visualization exercises, colors affiliated with it, an exercise that you can do, meditations that you can do, and so on. They're pretty lengthy. I'm not going to read everything. I'm going to read the bottom line for the Balance card, and then talk to you about the card. And so the energy, the medicine woman energy for this card is the restoration of nature's balance. The restoration of nature's balance. Okay, the affirmation is divine justice works within me, eliminating all that is unnecessary from my thoughts and granting to me all that is good. I walk in balance, knowing Earth's care. This is the card speaks. I, balance, as a universal force, have many things to consider. I must look through time, judging the effect of present actions on future generations. I work through you, presenting opportunities that would benefit the many if you choose to heed my call, child. I speak through what some have referred to as your conscience, giving you in any moment an immediate sense of what is right or wrong action on your part. Right or wrong action on your part. I never work as guilt, though I am sometimes mistaken for this one. I am more correctly experienced as enthusiasm or hesitation. What is this saying? Depending on the situation at hand and whether the action you contemplate would benefit or harm the whole. Guilt, on the other hand, is often a conglomeration of old rules spoken to you by others and being held in your mind as shoulds or shouldn'ts. I instead work only in the now. I am your immediate pre-action response to the situation at hand. I want you to act. It is only through you that my work is done. Likewise, it is only through your action that you know if your inner convictions are truly in the good of the whole. Come on through. You must test out your hope. My God. Oh my God. Oh. Yo, every hair on my body is standing on end right in this minute. Oh. Bang, bang. Let me tell you. You must test out your theories, child. You must see if they are valid. Your inner sense will tell you in the moment if you are creating balance, harmony, equilibrium, That which you no longer need, whether theories or things, will in this way be eliminated. My sword will fall, cutting away those thoughts that limit you. You will give away any possessions that are weighing you down. Lord have mercy. You will break away from people or circumstances that no longer promote your growth. I am the architect of self-discipline. With me, you will begin to pursue enthusiastically your self-direction. Justice will prevail. True balance will begin. Remember, I am accountable for the whole earth. What is allowed in your life must balance out through time and for all life forms. Everything affects the whole. As you work with awareness of this and of me, you will find a great peace overcoming your life. You will find a great peace overcoming your life, child. Let me tell you, this is a word for the day. The self-questioning exercise for this card. How much dead weight do you carry? Resentments, grudges, shoulds, shouldn'ts. These are heavy responses that weigh you down. Joy is light. Kindness is light. Happiness is light. And then the full exercise is this week. So this is your homework. This week, give away one thing that you no longer need and are no longer grateful for. 7 days, this is the meditation. For 7 days, monitor your thoughts and words. Notice every time you use negativity or indulge in ain't it awful down and out chit chat. Oh. When you become aware of this going on, shut your mouth, child, be silent, or change your words to the most positive ones you can still believe are true. This is called a mental diet, and it is an active, ongoing, conscious form of meditation. If you can stay on this diet for 1 week, you will find a great deal of heaviness lifted from your life. And then the visualization, I will read that too. Imagine yourself holding the scales of balance. On one side, place something you have. On the other side, place something that you give place what you give in exchange for this. Is there balance? The color for this card is green. So it says use it freely in your healing this week. Eat it, wear it, visualize it, surround yourself in nature's green. A lack of green money in your life may mean that your society is out of balance in terms of respect of nature's green growing life. You are only a portion of that larger balance or imbalance, and at any given moment, your life experience is giving you the opportunity to restore greater balance or thereby your own. Man. Okay, so I'm gonna read the other two cards and then we're gonna talk about the read for today. But that was heavy one. That was heavy. And I'll tell y'all why in a moment. The Dancer is the next card. In the traditional deck, the Dancer is the World card. In the traditional deck, the Dancer is the World card. So we're going to talk about this card. Okay. So the energy for this card, I'm losing people. Am I boring y'all? Are y'all not with the Are y'all not with the reading of the cards? Like, what's going on? People are dropping off. Anyway, um, the energy for this card is Dancer in the Winds of Time. The present is my point of power. The present is my point of power. All light, all above, all energy pass through me, now creating ongoing beauty, balance, and awakening. On the path towards infinite bliss. Yes. From death, the pause of perfect peace, I am born to dance on top of the world. The card speaks. I am cosmic consciousness. I am cosmic consciousness, an awareness in the now of the many forces at work on every plane of existence in and beyond this world. In a sense, I am what has been referred to as the new age, when all is in balance and everyone lives in peace and harmony, recognizing their oneness with each other. I am the end of an old child. Listen to the cards on this day, child. I am the end of an old cycle and the beginning of a new. I am the end of an old cycle and the beginning of a new. Oh my God. I love this deck, baby. Ooh, chat. I am a sign that all have learned to work with nature, using the laws of nature to the benefit of all. The streams and the rivers flow, turning the water's wheels. The wind gives its power to the windmills. The sun warms homes and gives light. Each element and being is recognized for its worth and utilized in beneficial ways according to the Creator's plan. Okay, Letitia. Now I have a story for y'all after we sum up. Okay? You are now a co-creator, taking part in the planetary transformation now taking place. Is anybody in the temple on this morning? Okay? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. You are a co-creator, taking part in the planetary transformation now taking place. Self and world are one being. Self and world are one being, breathing one life. You are the dancer holding the wands of male and female life force in perfect balance. The polarities within the self have been recognized and brought into conscious, creative, working relationship. There is synthesis, crystallization, maybe perfection, stability, all within the greater flow. You move consciously with the cosmos, understanding your place in time. I dance freely and with power, for I have faced the death of all that flows through me. In other words, I have transcended possession and desire for results. Oh my God. Ooh. My actions are based on the fullness of the moment rather than on the sacrifice for the future. I understand that now is all futures. Y'all ain't heard. Oh, oh my God. My actions are based on the fullness of the moment rather than on sacrifice for the future. I understand that all futures are right now. I therefore live in death. It is death as a state of constant peace and surrender to what is. Thus, death is the ultimate balance during life. I have united polarities of existence. As you approach the understanding of this within yourself, the world is yours. In earth, I am through you. Yes. Yes. Oh my God. The self-questioning for this card is moment to moment. I need only ask. Am I in harmony with the good of all portions of myself? And to breathe in peace and exhale love. Ask yourself this question 10 times a day. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this card actually has a blessing of the Navajo tradition. Navajo, for those of you who don't know, is the Owatham people of the Four Corners region of New Mexico, Utah, Arizona, and Colorado. This is from the Owatham people. I will be happy forever. Nothing will hinder me. I walk with beauty before me. I walk with beauty behind me. I walk with beauty above me. I walk with beauty below me. I walk with beauty around me. My words will always be beautiful. Oh, 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 child. Oh. All right, last card is the seed card. The seed card in the traditional deck is the Fool. The seed card in the traditional deck is the Fool. Welcome to those who are just tuning in via IG. So this is the final card of today's read. The very first read I have done for the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. Okay. So let's go to the seed card. So the seed card is the openness to flow. The energy of the card is the seed being carried away by the wind. Let me just tell y'all about how Oya is in this building right now. Like Oya is in this space right now. You understand? Commanding attention. Listen. Commanding her just due. I'm telling you she is. The affirmation for this card: all the power that ever was or will be exists here and now. Are y'all getting the message? I am therefore ready and willing to risk the loss of what I have been and move on to what I can become. I am the power to begin. The card speaks. I am the Fool, a seed being carried away by the wind. I am the first step in the process of manifestation. I am the idea that inspires life. I am inexperienced, yet within me lies the plan for my perfect unfoldment. To me, there is no time like the present, baby, in which to begin my journey. I carry my memories, my talents, my hopes, my dreams, my fears, and concerns in the bowl of myself, just as I carry these within the cells, just as you carry these within the cells of your body. I carry the seed of self into every adventure. My fears summon me to prepare and make ready to overcome any dangers that might be ahead. The light of the sun illuminates my way. By earth, mother of all creation, I am nourished. Through the movement and change, I grow. My path is revealed as I walk on. This week, the exercise for this card is to this week do something you have always wanted to do. Imagine you are a fool going on an inner journey. Read the instructions beginning the journey. So, yeah, I won't read all of that. But then find a comfortable place to sit with your spine straight and follow the path in your mind, creating a guide presence. When you sense contact has been made, ask to be presented with information regarding the seed which your life is carrying into the world. So the color the color is clear, light yellow, or dawn hues. So go out early in the morning into a meadow to meditate in the dawn. Wear light colors of dawn hues, yellows and golds. So that is the reading, the very first reading for the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. The seed, the dancer, and the balance card. And it could not have been more right on time. We'll be coming up on the anniversary of the temple, the founding of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence, relatively soon in November. I think December was the official date that I got, our paperwork, but the date of the founding committee, becoming a founding committee, is in November. So we're quickly approaching the anniversary for the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. And we're going to have to do something about that. We're going to have to do something in honor of that. But about this reading, child, let me just tell you while I was having so many moments. One, because yesterday I treated a patient and we spent a long time together. And we talked about so much, and so much of what we talked about was in this reading. That's why I was getting freaking goosebumps. It was like, oh my God, I just had this conversation yesterday, deep in this conversation, right? And one of the things, so the first thing that stands out about this reading is obvious. It's obvious. The message of the temple has been, in my estimation, as clear and consistent as I can make it. I know we don't have a website up yet. And the reason that we don't have a website up yet is because I have an affliction. I'm a perfectionist. So though I have about 4 different books of stuff, ideologies, ideas that will make up the body of what the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence is, how we will carry the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence out into the world as a new and emerging ideology, right? Philosophy, if you will, is and so my perfectionism has been my affliction. It can have a tendency to handicap me, freeze me in time and shit. So this is why we don't have an active website yet, but it has been my commitment to myself to make sure that it is launched within the next week. I'm saying this because one of the things that I've always always, always saying, even at the beginning of this, even at the beginning of this live, of this service, is that we are the conscious, willful, enthusiastic architects of the new world, of the future, right in this moment, in every second of every day, in every action, and in every word, everywhere that we go, and in every communication with every human being. We are planting a seed that will bloom into the future. Will that future be a destructive weed that suffocates the life of the many? Or will that seed be a tree where our hopes and our dreams and our aspirations and our prayers and our actions made up the roots of that tree, and its branches spring into heaven and send those hopes, dreams, aspirations, actions into heaven infinitely? This is the work, man. This is it. And this is the time, man. This is the time. There's never been an opportunity in the last 6,000 years that has been more ripe for our exploitation, for our taking advantage of. The time is right for us. The time is right for us to reap the prayers of our ancestors, the hopes of our mothers, the prayers and the actions of great freedom fighters and revolutionaries of the past. Those are seeds that they have sown. We can be the reapers of that which has been sown. We can do that. And at the same time that we are reaping the benefits of prayers and actions and manifestations and affirmations done by our ancestors, we can be newly and simultaneously planting seeds of planting seeds of a certain future that we are willing to into existence every moment, right now, all the time, all the time. I am so hypersensitive and mindful and ultra aware because I live in a city where spiritual bypassing is so common that it is no longer even questioned. This hyper esoteric leaping out into space to disregard the now, to disregard the place that has shielded us and protected us and given us life. The abandonment of the mother as some type of esoteric spiritual ascension and shit. That shit is so pervasive out here, it peels my wig back every time I hear it. So I'll be real sensitive and real ultra timid about stepping into new spiritual spaces, though I know what the call is. I'll be real timid, apprehensive about stepping into new spiritual spaces, though I know what the call is. The call is to shatter the illusion of separation that exists in the consciousness of the many that continues to feed the malignancy that exists in the hearts of the many, baby. That's seems uncomfortable, and it makes me appear to those many to be aggressive or combative. And even though they know my heart, they should know my heart. Why? Not because of anything I said out my goddamn mouth. They should know my heart by my actions in the world, which is why I do what I do, which is why I behave the way that I behave, is to demonstrate a unity, a coming together of that which I say out my mouth, partnered with the action that is exemplary of that which I say out my mouth. Do you see? That's the defining factor in how you can be trusted, how your leadership can be trusted, how you occupying someone else's space can be trusted. Not what you say out your motherfucking mouth. Does your action align with what you say out your mouth? Does your heart and mind meet and move you physically to act accordingly in the world? So here I do a reading, the first reading. The temple is almost a year old. I do the first reading for the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence today, and that was on a whim, baby. I pulled these cards 5 minutes before I got on the call with y'all today. And the cards say, look, it's not enough to know, because we live in an age where information is so abundant. The acquisition of knowledge is so easy that everybody can be perceived an expert on any subject. You understand? But an expert doesn't just wildly consume information to become big-headed and knowledgeable, right? They don't. They take in a collection of information and then execute through discernment, through trial and error, through the use in different spaces. Does what I believe or what I have taken into my head, filtered through my heart, moving me physically in the material world, does this work? Does what I think in my brain work in the real world? Is it impactful? Are there pieces of it that don't apply to me, so I need to shave the edges, blunt the corners and shit? Have you taken this that you take in all the time? We've never taken in more information in human history than we are right now on a daily basis. It's part of our psychoses. It's part of our sickness. It's because the information is not the problem. It is testing theories, baby. It is the application of which we take in, applied in the real world to see if it works for us, if it's applicable in the present, if it is something that needs to be put in the wastebasket of the past. Can it be beneficial to the whole and to the future? We don't do that. We don't do that because we hate science. See, that's what spiritual bypassing does. It allows you to say, I believe, and it sounds so good. I believe, and it sounds so good. And it doesn't require you to do anything in the real motherfucking world. It don't require no action. It don't require no change in your behavior. It doesn't. Spiritual bypassing. It does not win you. It does not win you to do a deep, non-critical assessment of your own behavior and how you either contribute to the suffering of the many or relieve the suffering of the many with your everyday goddamn behavior. Y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all don't want to hear that because it requires not just work, it requires a labor of genuine love, real love, not some fictitious, empty, vacant, malignant bullshit used to subdue human beings. Love used to subdue people. Love used to mute people. Love used to quiet people suffering. Love used to make light of people suffering. But I love everyone. Bitch, what's the evidence in the real world that you love everyone? What is the action in the day-to-day actions of your life that is demonstrative that you give a damn about anybody on earth? That's what spiritual bypassing does. It allows you to use words as weapons to imprison human beings. I love everybody. We're all one people. We all bleed red. It requires nothing. That's why I'm always telling y'all. What am I always telling y'all? Love is evidentiary. Love is evidentiary. And it's not some ambiguous evidentiary, because the sister I had a conversation with yesterday, she was like, baby, I walk into every space willing and ready to accept and learn something new. And she taught me something new yesterday that I had not considered, because love for me is evidentiary. You understand? But what she told me yesterday about her own personal experience helped me to understand that it's still a two-way street, evidence and love. Because some people produce the evidence of what they see as love, but they do it in a way that makes you feel guilty, that attempts to manipulate you, that attempts to, again, subdue you. I love you because I pay for everything. I love you, and it's obvious because I pay your rent and shit like that. So that too is not what I'm talking about. It's helpful if you can find somebody that can help support in the areas where you are deficient, and you can support in the areas where they are deficient. That's not enough. That's not enough, baby. When I say that love is evidentiary, all love in all of its manifestations, every single manifestation, baby. Love between friends, love with your children, love with your partner, love with your parents, love with the whole of humanity, love with your animals, love for your plants. I'm trying to tell you, all love has to be evidentiary. And the evidence of true, genuine love, man, is you want nothing more in that relationship than the complete and total sovereignty, and what sovereignty guarantees to every individual. That's what you want. Bitch, if you love me, you want to see me free. If you love me, you want to see me sovereign. What does sovereignty mean? Self-determining. Right here, in this my temple right here, is what the fuck I say when my temple is concerned. That means my safety, my sanity, my wellness, my health, my happiness, my joy, my longevity. These are things that your love helps to support. And if it doesn't meet that standard, it is not love. We call it something else, but it is not love. It is not love. It is not harmonious. It is not indicative of universal balance. Because listen, this card, I'm still talking about the first card, so don't get lost. I'm still talking. And those of you who are tuning in on IG, I only got 22 seconds remaining before they kill the feed. So you might want to tune in on my YouTube channel or on my Facebook channel at Daughter of the Fates. On YouTube at Daughter of the Fates, because this is about to end in 6 seconds. So I'm going to pause for a second while I end this and post it. So just give me a second. Let me go ahead and post it, and then I'll probably just redo um, another feed. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Alan, I was on a roll too, okay? Listen, because I'm trying to say I'm still on the first card. All right? Still on the first card. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to start another IG feed. Oh, Lord have mercy. Because, listen, this reading, I didn't realize this reading might be the whole temple service today. I'm going to tell you, because there was some words up in here that I have to go into. I have to go into with you. I have to go into with you. Okay, so greetings again for those on IG. This is the second part, for you, of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergent Service. They're only letting me do, usually they let me do the whole thing, but today they only let me do an hour. So what I was saying, hold on just a second. So what I was saying before this technology ruined my role is we're still talking about the balance card. We're still talking about the justice card. We're not talking about love. When I'm talking about love being evidentiary, when I am talking about having to redefine behaviors that have emerged out of the conditioning and the sadness and the unhappiness and the despair that we confuse for love. I just did a live not too long ago about how we deny children sovereignty. This whole thing about, and I'm seeing more and more and more videos about it. People being angry and defending spanking, people being angry for those who are psychologists or work with children saying there has to be a better way. People getting angry at those who say that we never lay our hands on children until the advent of colonization and the commodification of human beings for the exploitation of their labor, child. And Black people in particular, like telling, quote, good old day stories when they see videos of people spanking their children or sternly, with anger and rage, pointing at their babies and yelling at their babies and calling this shit leading the baby in right way. You understand? Oh, she preparing him for the real world, type of dumb shit. Good old grandma learning. Your grandmother was a victim who, through her conditioning, perpetrated horrors on her children, on her grandchildren. That's some hard shit to sit with because I am guilty. I am guilty. This is the evidence of evolution and the way that it emerges in real time all the time. It's the self-analysis. Where have I been wrong? How can I show up better? How do I demonstrate to others that even if we do wrong, we are not convicted to a life of wrongness, that we are evolutionary creatures still living within the body of the mother, and she wants what's best for us, including our evolution, our becoming, our remembering that we are her, that we are one, right? And so even as I'm talking about what love is and what it has to rebecome, right? We have to first sit face to face with the malignancies that we have called love. Love and fear cannot exist in the same space. Love and fear cannot occupy the same space. And that's why we are all fragmented out here. That is why we are all despairing. That is why we are all hurt and sick. You guys, is because through their conditioning, and there is a guilty party. The primary guilty party of this global madness is Abraham and his motherfucking descendants. Abrahamic religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam are the scourge of the earth. They are the scourge of the earth. They are the plague that imparts sickness in the hearts of every single person on earth, whether they part of them traditions or not. This shit is prolific. It is a cancer that has infected the heart of every human being on earth. And this is why we experience global madness. And so, through this conditioning, through this sleight of hands, through this masterful manipulation of human energy via Abrahamic religions, women become, because we are the primary caretakers around the world, so we become the first line of defense for the Father God. We become his primary missionaries through the indoctrination of our children, through the imposition of simultaneous fear and love, through these gross displays of so-called discipline, spanking and yelling, and pointing down, and aggression and grabbing. And my dad used to take us and pull us by the ear. But I knew my dad loved me. I know my mama loved me. It is this duplicitous dichotomy creating fucking split personalities disorder, bipolar disorder. Because what I tell y'all as a practitioner of Chinese medicine, the heart governs the mind. When the heart is harmed, when the heart is hurt, whether that's the physical heart, the spiritual heart, or the emotional heart, it displays itself as all psychological conditions and maladies. Schizophrenia, psychoses, sociopathy, mild depression, bipolar disorder, manic depression, stuttering. These are all conditions of an injured heart. These are all expressions of an injured heart. You understand? So you see how I do this dance between medicine and science, politics and spirit? Because we have to become whole humans. We have to re-become whole humans, scientific humans, political humans, economic humans, social humans, psychological humans, emotional humans, spiritual humans. The fragments have to re-become one. The fragments have to re-become one in the individual at the same time that the fragments as ourselves, fragmented from our human family, have to re-become one. The fragments of the human family as separated or seeing something outside of our animal brothers and sisters, re-becoming one in the body of the one, the mother, the singular, the she. Child, every separation we experience is a political campaign handed down to us by malignant males in power, by the son gone astray, wreaking havoc on the mother and all of her and her whole body, the flesh of her body. That's it. I'm gonna keep telling y'all that. But the balance card, because you see the justice card, and the balance card is about the scales. Remember, it said here at the end, that which you give away and that which you receive, is there balance? That which you give away and that which you receive, is there balance, baby? But that's some hard shit to sit with. That's some hard shit to sit with. Because it's my position, you understand, that we can do, like, I think I was saying on the live once, I might have been talking to a friend, but I think I was saying it on the live once, that if we were, as a human family, if we were, especially those of us who are spiritualists, those of us who do ritual, those of us who make offerings, those of us who are deliberate in our spiritual life, right? That if those of us who bout that life did ritual, made offerings, did ceremony for 1 year without expecting anything in return, all we did is ritual, ceremony, magic, ceremony for the sole purpose of replenishing the mother. I am in ceremony to give to you, mother. What do you need? I am doing this ritual because I want to thank you, mother, for all that you have done. I expect nothing in return. Thank you so much for what you've done. Thank you so much for what you continue to give. That if we, as individuals and as a group, did ceremony, did ritual, made offerings every day for a year and expecting nothing in return to the mother, from the mother, child, we would barely represent a drop in the bucket. There's not balance, is what I'm saying. There's not balance, is what I'm saying. There's not balance in the amount that she gives and the amount that we receive. But the problem is, and she don't have a problem with that in general. The problem comes when we are ungrateful. She continues to give and we are ungrateful. She continues to give and we are ungrateful. We do not acknowledge. We do not say prayers of thanks. We do not make offerings for the sheer purpose of the radical happiness that we receive in our flesh for her sunlight. Because it's hers, baby. For the wind, for the air, for the rain, for the heat, for the cool, for the cold. We complain about every single aspect of her. We do it. We do it. We do. Baby, listen. This has been the mildest summer on record in LA. I don't care what you're seeing on the news. It is bogus. I have not turned my air conditioner on one time this summer, and I get hot easily. Every day I'm like, wow, this is amazing. This is amazing. No conspiracy theories. No, this is the evidence of global warming. None of that. I am grateful every day. Thank you so much. This is so wonderful. Thank you, goddess. This is great. I cannot believe how cool it is. How comfortable I am. This is so wonderful. Thank you so much. When it rains, thank you, goddess. This was such a blessing. This was so wonderful. Thank you so much. Baby, I'm telling you out my mouth, out loud, in the rain. Thank you so much. This is so wonderful. But I can guarantee you, we did not have rain for almost a year last year. And when it first started raining, day one, it was so bad here last year. They were talking about rationing the water that comes into your home. That's how bad it had gotten. And day one, people were complaining about the rain. You could go into the grocery store and people were like, oh my God, it's raining. Oh my God, it's raining. I was like, it still blows my mind. I was like, you motherfuckers live in the desert. Los Angeles is considered the desert. It is hot year-round. And you are in the height of a drought. There are 365 freaking fires in this state every summer. And y'all complaining about the rain. Y'all, it's the evidence of mass insanity is what it is. And a horrible comfort in this absence of gratitude. Right? Baby, it's July. It's August. It's fire season here. Last year, there were over 400 fires in California. Look on the map right now in the height of fire season. See how many fires are in California right now. Why everybody talking this bullshit all over the news about how, oh my God, it's the worst hot summer in the history of histories. I'm telling y'all better go take your ass outside. Stop paying attention to this fear mongering on the news and take your ass outside. And what did I say? Don't just take in information, try it out in the material world. Does what your experience in the material world match what you've been told or what you believe in your brain? This is the testing of ideas and the theories that the balance card calls on you to do. Do they balance out these ideas in your head and what is in the real world? Do they balance out? One of the things that the balance card talks about is about the weighing of things against others to make sure that we're always relatively in a state of harmony. That's what the yin yang is about. It is about this feedback mechanism that exists in the entire universe that is always assessing itself within itself. Within itself. Where am I deficient? Where am I abundant? How do I need to act accordingly? You have it in your body, you have it in your brain, you have it in your house. You set the thermostat and you don't have to think about it. The thermostat is set. I like it to be 80 degrees up in here. I like it to be 76 degrees up in here. So whenever the temperature drops or increases above 76 degrees, you don't have to go and turn on the air conditioner every time the temperature gets above your desired temperature. The feedback mechanism that is always testing the temperature of the air says, boom, kick on to make this motherfucker comfortable. That's the feedback mechanism that exists everywhere. In your body, in your heart and mind, supposed to. You understand? In the universe, among human beings, in our interconnectedness with one another. That is not just a spiritual statement. That is a scientific statement proven by our body's ability, our body chemistry's ability to be transformed in the presence of another human being, and it's measurable. Okay? So when we look at the scales of the universe, the divine harmonizer, okay, the divine feedback mechanism, you understand? What does the story of Ma'at teach us? What does the story of Ma'at teach us, y'all? It's not deep. It is, baby, I want your heart to be light. What does this card say? Forgiveness is light. Joy is light. Kindness is light. Happiness is light. I do not want you to carry anything that weighs you down and throws off harmony for you, dear. That is why Ma'at puts our heart on one side of the scale and the feather, the divine feather, on the other side of the scale. And if the heart is heavier than the feather, then you got to come back and do this shit again, boo. You didn't learn. You didn't learn that all I want is your happiness. All I want is for you to be blissful in this existence on earth. Your ass was woeful, burdensome, heavy, drudging around like you're walking with your feet in tar. Everything was burdensome, woeful, laborious. She was like, that was not the lesson I wanted you to learn, baby. The lesson that I wanted you to learn was not perseverance, hard work, pulling up your bootstraps. That's not the lesson I sent you here to learn, boo. Come back and do it again. Sorry. If your heart is not light as this feather, you got to come back and do it again. You got to do it again, boo. Because it's easy and y'all make it complicated. It's easy and your conditioning makes it hard. It's easy. Love is easy. I mean, imagine a world where we are fearful of love. Child, we are afraid to love because the conditioning has convinced us that love is a weakness that opens us up to the possibility and most times the probability of exploitation. Love used as a weapon. What did I say? Used as a weapon to imprison, to subdue, to control, to manipulate. That's why I said if love doesn't meet the standards that we set, the redefinition of love is sovereignty. That's what love is. It's sovereignty. That's what love is. That's all it is. Self-defining, self-determining, whole, happy, harmonious, safe, secure, well, healed. That's sovereignty. And if you are not contributing in those ways to those things, it is impossible for you to love me. Something, you might feel something else that you think is love, it's obsession. You might feel about me some way that something else you think is love, it's control. You may feel about me some way that you think is love because this is what you've been taught in the malignancy of Abrahamic traditions, that possession is love, that control is love, that manipulation is love, that narcissism is love, that fear is love. It's in your scripture, child. You are taught to fear God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. You feel me? You are taught that love is synonymous with fear through Abrahamic traditions. You love him because you better love him or he gonna beat your ass. And then in turn, that's the lesson that we give our children. You better love me, and to love me is to be obedient. To love me is to do what I say. To love me is to not talk back. To love me is to not have your own opinion. To love me is to do what I tell you to do as a grown-up. To love me is to not betray me by going out in the world and doing what you want to do, is to do what I think you should do because I raised you and I know better than you all the time, now and forever. And if you don't do those things, then you can't possibly love me, which is disrespectful and is problematic because I own you, because I gave birth to you, or I was your parent. To love me is to be quiet. To love me is to not embarrass me in public. To love me is to ask no questions. To love me is to believe me even when I'm lying. To love me is to believe me even when I provide no evidence that I love you. All I got to do is say I love you, even though there is no evidence that I love you. That's what your Christianity teaches you. That's what Islam teaches you. That's what Judaism teaches you. And then in turn, we demonstrate this in the most hostile ways to the most defenseless group of human beings on the planet. Babies, children. We do that. And through our malignant conviction to this madness, we believe that we're doing the right thing. We believe that this hostility, we believe that this violence is evidence that we love our children. It is madness of grand goddamn proportion. It is the spell cast to ensure that humanity never is reunited with the embrace of the mother again. It is the spell cast to ensure that we are never made well in the embrace of the mother again. It is the madness imposed on us that guarantees just enough sickness to keep those in power fed and fat off of our suffering. It is. This is the curse that we are charged to break. This is the spell that we are charged to uncast. Not just now, all the way back to our ancestry, and to ensure with certainty that it never befalls the future. This is the charge. Baby, this is the call. This is the call. And the thing that is so glorious about the call, man, the thing that is so wonderful about the charge, and I have to remind myself every day, I promise I do, is that the call that she has made is an easy one. It is not hard. The charge that she has made is an easy one to accept, not difficult. The charge that she has made is an easy one, and I have to remind myself, even though she has been so magnanimous, oh, such an extraordinary blessing, evidence provided every day of my life that she cares about me, that she gives a damn about my presence on this planet, even amongst 8 billion other people. She tells me every day, Cassandra, girl, I see you. I know you. You are me. And I know you. I know you. We are not out here by ourselves. This is a lie of these traditions. We are not alone ever. Even when we transition, we are never alone. This is a lie fed to us to ensure that we never re-become one. The isolation, baby, it is so deep. The isolation that people are experiencing right now, the hurt. Baby, when Sinead O'Connor passed away last week, I'm going to tell you, I was moved. I was beside myself. I was because I know that kind of isolation. I knew her heart when she cried on that video about how her grief was too much for her friends and family to bear. So she was alone. That her grief over the loss of her baby was too much for her friends and family to bear. So she lived in isolation for a year after her baby died. No community covering her, surrounding her, reassuring her, refilling her wounded heart, split open with the gaping wound of a loss of a baby. Man, oh shit. Oh, I felt her so much. I felt her so much because I just felt her. All week, I sat with that because it wasn't just the loss of her baby that she was confronted with. This woman was a giant among men, emboldened, very young, with the confidence of the mother. And when she made a statement, I remember it like it was yesterday, baby. I was a teenager. That shot her around the world, where she condemned the Pope and made him placed the aggressions against people at his feet. Bitch, this your terrain. This your shit. The responsibility is yours. And she was abandoned, called crazy, called insane by the entire globe of human beings, abandoned in one fell swoop. This child, this prophet of the mother, she was. She was. This can be a heavy weight to bear, but the mother keeps saying it doesn't have to be. This work is not ours to do in isolation. The whole thing is about recognizing that the medicine is inside of our bodies. And that the coming together of us as the medicine is what has the potential to transform and heal the entire sick globe. Baby, I felt her hurt so deep that at the end of it all, that with the work she had done, that with the charge she had been given, the mother gave her a charge and she said, I'm with it. What you need me to do? She said, make sure you use your platform to make sure everybody on the planet knows who the criminal of the world is today. Put his fucking face up on television and make a declaration that the world will never be made right. The world will never be made well until these malignancies are wiped away from the aisles of all history, burnt to ash, buried in the soil, and the earth salted so that shit cannot spring up wicked weeds anywhere in the future. This is the charge. This is the charge. This is the charge. And she accepted it 30 years ago. I felt her. Because her work did not have to be hard. Women have to be audacious. Women have to be courageous. Women have to call on the dark. Women have to get their feet fucking dirty, get on their knees and on their belly and speak to the heart of the earth and tell her to fill us so that we can do what we are charged to do, what we were born to do, which is what all mothers do. It is to heal the sick. It is to feed the hungry. It is to make strong the weak. It is to nourish the malnourished. It is to embolden the fearful. This is the charge. This is the charge. And this car came down today, baby. These 3 cars, I can't believe. But I said I was going to be open. I said I was going to be open to let spirit come through me and say what she got to say. You feel me? So she said, do this little reading, and then you can determine what you're gonna do. You know, your little temple service on. The reading is the temple service. That's just the first card we done got through. You feel me? Joy is light. The work is easy. We cannot complicate it, which I have a bad habit of doing. That Capricorn moon I got, that Virgo sun I got. I got a bad habit of making shit difficult that ain't difficult. The master analysis to a fault. The perfectionist to a fault. You understand? That's why chaos has to be my friend, is because I'm so meticulous. You know what I'm saying? That's why I have to partner with chaos. That's why I have to partner with the dark. You see? It's about balance. I'm a double earth sign with an air rising, a Gemini rising. I need the confidence of fire. That's why I have 2 Leo parents. One is a double Leo, a Leo sun and a Leo rising. That's why I have 2 Leo parents, right? I need the confidence and the courage that comes from that fire energy that sprung me into existence through Stephen Ray Floyd and Jacqueline Jeanette Cook. My daughter is an Aries. My grandson is an Aries. My ex-husband is an Aries. 2 ex-fiancés were Aries. I was like, how do I stay surrounded by all these Aries all the time? Because Mother Earth was like, bitch, you need balance. You need the fire energy because you are too timid. Because you do not take risks. You don't color outside the lines enough. Yeah, you do a little edgy shit, but you don't go gung-ho. You stay within your little plans and your little worksheets and your little graphs, right? I need you to blow the wig off this shit. I need you to blow the edges off the boxes. Fire gives you that confidence. Fire gives you the energy. Fire gives you the enthusiasm. You feel me? You need that. That's why I stay surrounded by these energies. I was always like, I don't fuck with Leos. I don't fuck with air. Spirit's like, yes, you do, because that's all you're going to keep attracting. Until you get it in your goddamn head, you need them. You need that energy. That's what balance is about. Establishing harmonious relationship with those that can fill your deficiencies. And you, in turn, can fill theirs. You see? Provide the stability and the foundation and the grounding that they need when they're too in their head or they're too on fire, right? And so, yeah, that. I'm going to reiterate a quote from here. She says, I never work as guilt. I never work as guilt. Though some people confuse me for this one. She said, I am more correctly experienced as enthusiasm or hesitation in an instant when faced with a decision that you have to make. And that decision, whether enthusiastic or hesitation, comes as a consequence of the one saying, okay, is this a benefit to the whole or is this a detriment to the whole? That's it. So trust, what do we call our intuition? We say trust your intuition, but we still treat that shit like it's something outside of us or in our brain or some shit. Our intuition is in our flesh. Trust your flesh. Trust the butterflies in your stomach. Trust the twinge in your abdomen. Trust the increase of your heart rate in the instant that you have to make a decision. Then test the theory. What made you make the decision? Did it work? Don't criticize, analyze. That didn't work the way I thought it was going to work. Let's try something else. This is the energy of this card. And I am so grateful for it. I'm so grateful for it as the beginning card. The second card was the dancer card, baby. Where's the dancer card? Y'all don't know, but I'm a dancer. I've been dancing. Shit. Since I was 19. Since I was 19 years old. Talking about taking lessons. I'm talking about performing. I'm talking about I am a dancer. And because of my insecurities about the little bell, the little jiggle on my belly, you feel me? The majority of the dancing that I have done is belly dancing. And that's not exclusively, but that's the majority of the dancing that I've done. I am obsessed with belly dancing, right? And I was like, I can't never perform live until I get this belly off. You feel me? I'm with it, Mon Amy. I'm with it. I can't do it until I get this belly under control or whatever. So when this card came up this morning, I just went dancing last night, by the way. And hard. I don't dance pretty. I dance hard. You understand? Dance is ceremony for me. Dance is ritual for me all the time, every time. Don't care where I'm at. Don't care where I'm going. Don't care where I'm from. Don't care what I got on. Don't care if I'm cute. Don't care if my makeup came off. Don't care if I'm sweating like a man. I do not care how many people are there. This is ceremony for me. Y'all do what y'all do. This ceremony for me. You feel me? And there must have been 400 people out there last night. We were outside. And so anyway, ceremony. But the dancer card comes up, and the thing that was consistent through each of these cards is the I am. Every single card kept saying, I am. This is spirit of the card, the spirit of the deck speaking to us, and in reciprocity, us speaking to the universe, us speaking to the world, us speaking to each other, us speaking to ourselves. They are not separate. The I am is one. It's one. And so that's what I love about these three cards. Each one was the now, the present, the I am. Everything in it was, I move in the present. I act in the present. I make decisions in the I am that I present as right now. Not what I was yesterday, not how I fucked up 10 years ago. In the right now, in harmonious relationship with the one. This is how I move. This is how I dance. This is how I speak. This is how I discern if I am balanced or not, if my shit is off kilter or not, where I need to make adjustments to bring myself back into right way and right relationship with myself, with others, and with the all others. Right? So the dancer card, right? What's it? I think that I'll just move on because now time is getting away from us, which it always does. But maybe when it says, this card says, you are now a co-creator taking part in the planetary transformation now taking place. What am I telling y'all? What have I been telling y'all for 2 years? For 2 years, what have I been telling y'all? What have I been talking about? Well, it took actually more than 2 years, but most specifically and most deliberately, what have I been talking to y'all about for 2 years? Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me, because most of y'all been rocking with me for 2 years. Somebody tell me what I have been going hard on for the last 2 years. 3 years in general, 2 years in particular. One word, just tell me. 2 words. Guess. Somebody. Carlotta, Topanga, Abasi, y'all on the committee. Tell me what I've been going hard about for the last 2 years. I ain't trying to be difficult. I'm trying to see if y'all rocking with me. Nobody? 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 I have been talking for 2 years about the Pluto returns. Pluto, yes, Letitia, God, thank you so much. God, I was like, I'm out here by myself. Y'all ain't rocking with me. But Pluto returns. It is the defining event of the entire age. It is the seed that we are planting that will determine the next 2,500 years. Y'all, it will define the next 2,500 years. This moment that we are in, that we have been in since 2008. This time that will crescendo on November 19th of 2024 is the crescendo. Yes. And this is the time. Think about 2008. Think about everything that has transpired since 2008. Think about every human being that you have met that seemed perfect. When you met, you were like, oh my God. Every person that you have met that has been like an immediate kindred spirit, like, I recognize you. I know you. Think about how many people have come into your life since 2008. You have met more people since 2008 than you have in your collective lifetime. I guarantee you. Tell me I'm wrong. You have loved more people whose faces you never see in person. That has happened to me. So let me tell you, it has happened to me so many times. I went to Philadelphia for this fundraiser for this African-centered school, and I ain't never been to Philadelphia at this point. This was years ago. I ain't never been to Philadelphia at this point. It was maybe 2011, 2012. I'm going up there to sell some jewelry, make a little money. The brother that invited me up there, God rest his soul, Rough Mike from Precise Science, he was helping with the fundraiser. He was kind of leading the fundraiser. He's like, come on up here and bring a table. I was like, cool. So I go to Philadelphia. I ain't never been to Philadelphia at this point. I go to Philly. I'm setting up. There are hundreds. There has to be a total of maybe 50 vendors, big vendors, 2-3 people. So there's 100 people, 200 people up there just vending. People ain't even started coming in. So we setting up. Ain't no community people here yet, just vendors. And from down the hall, way down the hall, I hear, Iyapo! Iyapo! I was like, who the fuck is that? I was like, it's a woman's voice. I don't know nobody in Philly. Who the hell is yelling at me? It's got to be somebody I know, because I don't know nobody in Philly. So maybe there's some people from somewhere else. This woman starts kind of speed walking towards me, smiling. Iyapo! Iyapo! I was like, I never forget a face. I've been terrible with names, terrible. But I never forget a face. I can see your face one time in my life and see you again 25 years later and know exactly where we met. Face, place, association, crystal clear. Names, I'm terrible. So I'm looking at this woman's face. I was like, I know I don't know this woman. I know I ain't crazy. I know I don't know this woman. I ain't never met this woman. So she can see me looking puzzled, like, she comes close to me. She's like, hey, Yapo, how you doing? Oh my God, hey. I'm like, hey, sister, how you doing? She was like, I know. You don't know me. I was like, what? She said, you don't know me, girl. We friends on Facebook. I'm so glad to meet you. Okay. That has happened to me so many times. It's insane. I was here in California. I had been here a month. 5 years ago. I had been here a month. So I knew 4 people in California. These are people that I had known a long time. One 15 years, one 20 years. People I had known a long time. Right? I went to this event called the Many Winners Gathering of the Elders and decided I was going to volunteer that weekend. So I was there for 4 days. 5 times in a single 4-day weekend. 5 times in a whole community of Native people. Ain't us, because Black people, we family. We know each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, it happens, right? Baby, I'm in California. I ain't on the East Coast somewhere. I ain't in the Southeast somewhere where it's easy for Black folks to know somebody through somebody. I'm in California in a community of about 300 Native people at this event called the Many Winners Gathering of the Elders, and 5 times in one weekend. 5 times, 5 people. We're like, oh my God, Iyapo, I can't believe you're here. We're friends on Facebook. Oh my God, we're friends on Facebook. That happened so many times that weekend. I was like, what the fuck is happening in the universe? Spirit is happening in the universe. God damn it. The mother is at work on our ashes. She's like, look, I got a better view than y'all. You understand? So you and you, I need y'all to know each other. Y'all, I need y'all to, so I'm going to put y'all in proximity to one another. This Facebook shit, the social media shit, I'm going to use as an instrument to facilitate my will, to facilitate relationships that never would have otherwise happened. I just told y'all. Last year, I meet this young man, Kuba, from Poland, who started listening to me read The Great Cosmic Weather. And he got in touch with me and he was like, I love this book so much. Thank you so much for reading this book. He's like, I was so inspired. I'm going to read the book in Polish so that my people can have access to this vital information. 3 months ago, this man was sitting in my living room from Poland. 3 months ago, this Polish man from Poland, in Poland, was sitting in my living room 3 months ago. This is the mother. This is not the internet move. This is the mother facilitating her will through the instruments that exist right now. You understand? Do you understand why that's relevant? Do you understand why I'm telling you these stories? Because Pluto is the mother's energy. It is her divine, chaotic, black, dark self. It is all the radical potential of generation of the new through chaos as personified as Pluto, aka the goddess Oya in Nyansa. keep trying to bring y'all back to center. And this is all God's energy. I know it's hard, but that's why she chose me. Okay? That's why she's been creeping in my dreams since I was a little girl. Okay? That's why she has imposed these peculiar experiences on a little black girl from middle of the fuck nowhere, Alabama, born into a goddamn end of the world Christian religious cult. She's like, I need you to have the most radical experiences that you can have from all the extremes that exist. So when it comes time, you can speak a singular universal language through whom all can hear my will. Oh my God. The many need to be able to see themselves in you. They need to be able to relate to me through you and your peculiar experiences. They need to see safety and sovereignty, happiness and joy, harmony, balance, and bliss through the words that you speak. They need to be able to see it made real within you, even as you are issuing a charge, even as you are teaching them that these are the behaviors that you possess that must be made right before you can become. That even when you are dealing with human beings in the human spirit, as a mother leading a child in right way, that they can see that love exists and they are safe in what you say. This is the work that we all must do. This isn't my charge alone. This is the work that we all must do, and it is reiterated right here in this reading today. The dancer is what? What does the card say? The dancer in the winds of time. Who is that if it is not Oya? How is she pictured? As a wild woman, hair wild, eyes wild, jet black, whipping around, a scribe and a fly whip. As she dances, change into existence. With the skirt of 9 colors, representing the peoples of the planet, man. As she dances with the skirt of 9 colors, and as she dances and spins around, storms spin off the end of the skirt, guaranteeing and ensuring through chaos the order that is the evolutionary emergence of the future, you guys. All are embodied in the energy of Oya, she who is the owner of 9, she who mythologically took in the 9 abandoned children because she could not bear her own. She who cares for humanity, she who cares for children, she who cares for the marginalized, for the socially abandoned and ridiculed, she who loves the strange and wears the mask. She who guards our heart, child, she who controls the third eye, our ability to see things for what they truly are, to reveal that to reveal that which has been hidden from these eyes, you see. She who is the custodian of the revelation, the great revealer, she who pulls off the veil so that all can be seen and judged accordingly to bring things back in harmonious balance. Through what? Through chaos and the dance and the wild and the radical. That's who she is. That's what she does. This is her time. She's been posted up on the motherfucking thrones since 2008. and perpetually being mishandled and abused by the so-called custodians of the tradition. That's why I had to build a temple of evolutionary emergence. Truth be told, I love Ifa. But Ifa, like every other tradition on the world in the midst of a patriarchal society, has become a weapon used to subdue the mother. And you can be mad about it. That's on you. But I'm not talking about what these people say out of their mouth in terms of what they believe about the tradition, because everybody want to hold up Oshun and everybody want to hold up Yamaya, and people straight up abuse Oyana. That's real life. You feel me? But even in the holding up of these singular attributes of Oshun and Yamaya, there's only certain personifications of the mother that you okay with, that you comfortable with, and she got a problem with that. She got a problem with that. She got a problem with that. That y'all only praise her when she's doing something for you. Mm-hmm. That you only thank her when it benefits you directly. That's what I'm saying. We're still having the same conversation. Love that subdues. Malignant shit, because I ain't love. But I'm just saying. Love that subdues. Love that imprisons. Love that contains. Love that restricts. Love that controls. Love that exploits. Love that makes ill. Love that makes sick. You understand? Y'all only comfortable with one face of the goddess. Two faces of the goddess. As sexy maiden through which you are aspiring to knock up, or benevolent, non-combative mother who is no longer sexy because she had your baby. And but she'll do anything for you. Cook all your meals, wash all your clothes, wash your stinking drawers, rub your back if you need to. Those are the only two personifications of the goddess that you're interested in, because you are the personification of people afflicted with the sickness of patriarchy. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. Can you show love to the goddess when she is reigning? Can you show love to the goddess when it is storming? Can you thank the winds of change? Can you say thank you to the hurricane? Can you? Can you say thank you to the tornado for ripping up out of the ground that which is not secure in the first place? That which cannot walk into the future? Can you thank the volcano? Can you look at Lord? Can you thank the earthquake? Can you thank the mother in all of her personifications? You do it for God. You do it for Jesus. That's what the Bible say. I keep going back to Job because he's a perfect personification of this madness. What? God and the devil make a bet about Job. God say, look, I don't care what you say. Everybody else out here with that madness, God say, my boy Job, he faithful. And Satan was like, yo, I'd be faithful too if I was living like Job. You know, he got all the goods. He got all the money. You feel me? He got a wife, some wives. He got some kids. He's bountiful in his ownership of land and cattle. You know, he's respected amongst his tribesmen and carried on. Like, should I be faithful too? I praise your name every day too. Shit. Devil was like, look, though, I tell you what, remove your hand of protection and let me do what I will, and I bet you he'll curse your name. And God said, what? God said, fine, you got it. I remove my hand of protection from my child, my faithful servant. And the devil went to work. He was like, okay, kill his wives. Leprosy on the tribe. Everybody get leprosy. You know what I'm saying? Make lame the animals. Kill the animals. Hurricane come sweep through the shit. You feel me? Whatever. Decimated all his wealth. Made him blind or some shit. I don't remember the whole story. Made him blind or some shit. Did all this. Made him sick with boils. You understand? Satan. Because God removed his hand of protection in a bet. You feel me? And the devil went to work and decimated his whole life. And Job, seeing all this shit happen in the blink of an eye, all his kids died, his wives died, his animals died, he broke, you feel me? He blind, covered in leprosy and shit. And the Bible said what? Said he fell on his knees and said, faithful is the Lord, the God of my ancestors, thankful is the God in heaven. The fuck? Have that kind of loyalty to your mother who provides evidence all the time, every day, that all she cares about is your life. All she cares about is your happiness. All she cares about is your wellness. All she cares about is your sovereignty. All she cares about is your safety, your sanity. What did it say? Forgiveness is light. She does that. Even though we ungrateful ass kids, she is always forgiving. The evidence of which is she daily provides. Joy is light. Happiness is light. Kindness is light. Do you understand? Give her the same kind of grace you've given a mythological God your whole life. I tell you, be grateful to the goddess. I tell you, praise her without expecting anything in return, because she gives abundantly anyway, without you asking, without you begging, without you pleading, oh God, all that shit. So when she shows her face of radical destruction, which is necessary to clean the way for the planting of new seeds. This is the last card. She paves the way for the full card, for the planting of new seed, for the ushering in of new age. Why? Because she says, I understand that now, this moment, here with me, the now is all futures, all potentials, all potentiality. The future, all futures is right now in this moment. That's why she clears the slate. That's why she paves the way. That's why she comes through in storm to root out which cannot serve the future. Stop cursing the name of the mother. Be grateful every day. Be grateful in your actions. Be grateful in your prayers. Be grateful in your ceremony. Be grateful in your giving to others. Be grateful in how you speak. Be grateful to the mother in how you speak to others. This is the demonstration of love. This is the demonstration in we are all one. This is the demonstration in we all bleed red. This is the demonstration. Be grateful in your behavior. Be grateful in your action. Be grateful in your action. You are praising the mother's name when you are kind to others, when you care for others, when you embrace others. The mother receives that as an act of gratitude for her giving to you, for her providing to you. Now, man, look. The seed is what Oya brings. The new and all of the potentials that seed brings forth. That singular seed is the cosmic egg. That singular seed is the cosmic egg. With all potentialities, with all futures, with all the components to ensure harmonious existence for all in the universe. That's what she brings. That's what she brings. And she just wants to be acknowledged. She wants you to say, she wants your happiness to be the acknowledgement that she has done well, that her work is received, that her care is appreciated. Happiness is our act of gratitude. Ecstasy is the language of gratitude. Bliss is the language of gratitude. Dancing is the expression of gratitude. This is the ritual. This is the work. This is it. The burden is light. The work is easy. Do not complicate it. Complications, mystifications. This is all labors of the past. They don't serve us. They have no place in the future. She wants a world that is reminiscent of what she created, which is the Garden of Eden. It is hers. Her son, lost in the wilderness, is what has destroyed the Garden of Eden. That's all she wants returned. Is a life on earth made easy, where happiness and bliss and ecstasy and joy and kindness and oneness, harmony and balance reign supreme. And it can be made real. I guarantee it. I am certain of it. I am speaking it into existence every time I open my mouth, whether here or out in the world. I am guaranteeing it. It is certain. This is this conspiracy. Us breathing together in unison to ensure a certain result. This is the work of the the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. This is the work. This is the work. So, I want to thank you all for rocking with me on this here Saturday, August 5th of 2023. Yeah. Thank you so much. I am really fulfilled by this intervention. I really am. I'm really grateful for this intervention because I'll be honest, I had I don't know. I told you I was kind of in my head, and it made it difficult for my heart to be open, is what happened. So I am grateful for the mother's intervention and allowing me to be able to deliver, a message that was in accordance with her will, in accordance with her ambitions, in accordance with what she guarantees is the future. And so I just want to, express like total massive gratitude to those of you who tuned in, for those of you who rocked through to the end. And I want to say, so I take Sundays off from anything from lives or from temple services. So tomorrow I will be off. Thank you so much, Mon Amy. I'm in preparation for ceremony right now. I'm going into ceremony in a few days. So after I come out of the desert, let's have a phone conference. Anybody that's interested, I'll set up a Zoom and we can have a phone conference about, organizing a retreat for the temple. And there's actually 2 events that I would like to organize before the year's end for the temple, sponsored by the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. One is a anniversary celebration, a 1-year anniversary celebration of the founding of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. I would like to talk about doing an event for that. And then the other one is a secret. I can't even say it live. It's going to have to be on a private conference call because I don't want nobody to jack my shit. You feel me? But I have an idea for a really big event for the closing out of this year. Big, big, big. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and reach out to all of you. Anybody that's interested in participating in these ideas that I'm talking about, whether it's the retreat, the anniversary event for the temple, or the big secret event to close out the year, email me so that I can lock you into my email database, and I will return an email about a time and a potential date for us to have a phone conference. Okay. Anybody interested, email me at releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. Also, before I go, make sure if you want Jesus Was Trash 2 bumper stickers, Jesus Was Trash 2 bumper stickers. This is our first propaganda of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence, child, and I'm so happy with it. thank Gada the Baddie on IG for donating these wonderful pieces of propaganda to the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. So I'm giving these away for free. Just asking. You can make a donation though. I will totally accept donations. We need that. I still have a website to build. I still have a lot. I still have a podcast to build. I have a lot of work to do, and though that work requires funding, it requires the fees that I have to pay for the maintenance of my StreamYard. Like there are fees for everything that I'm doing, for my StreamYard, for the kind of YouTube channel I have. I'm paying fees, and for my Zoom, and for all this shit got fees attached to it. And so my podcast and my Rockfin, all the shit got fees attached. So I accept donations. Give me donations. Support the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence so that I can make this work happen in a more streamlined and efficient way. Okay? So Jesus was trash too. Temple of Evolutionary Emergence bumper stickers. We're going to be having t-shirts here soon and bumper stickers here soon. And if you're interested, email me at releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. Right? And say, put stickers in the subject header. And then I will tell you, you're going to have to pay for shipping. You'll have to pay for postage and shipping, but that's all I'm going to charge you. So if you want 3-5 stickers, I can shoot you some stickers and just pay for postage. Okay. I also have jewelry. So I will start really promoting heavy my Etsy page. I have jewelry that you can purchase. And I also have the journals, which I showed you guys last week. The journals I'm selling for $18.99. Right? So they're beautiful custom-made journals with different types of fabric, primarily African fabric, but there's a native design there. So if you're interested in a journal, and I have a bunch of these up for myself, like, and they last very long. The first one that I made, I'll show you. I made in 2005. The very first one, my prototype, I made in 2005, and you can still see how great a condition that it's in. It's all journaled up. It's all written in. You feel me? So it's used up to the end. You feel me? But you can see how it's still in really great condition. And I made this in 2005. So they last a very long time. They're good quality, and they're a cool way to start. Okay, let me see. Somebody was asking what my Etsy is. I don't know off the top of my head, child. Ooh, did I do it as, hold on. Did I do it as, I think I changed it recently because I changed my name. Let me see. Okay, cool. So my Etsy is my name. I thought I changed it, but my Etsy is my name. Cassandra Faye Floyd. Cassandra Faye. I'm wrong. It's Daughter of the Fates. I changed it to Daughter of the Fates. So my personal Etsy is Cassandra Faye Floyd, but my business Etsy that I sell product on is Daughter of the Fates. All first letters capital. Daughter of the Fates. That is my Etsy. Daughter of the Fates. Okay? K Ndidi, Daughter of the Fates. You got that? That's my Etsy for anybody that's interested in checking out what I have available on my Etsy account. Yeah, but anyway, these are the journals. They last a very long time. I am very meticulous because, again, I'm a Capricorn and a Virgo. Very meticulous at the execution of these, the making of these. $18.99. So whatever you're interested in, if you're interested in receiving a reading, if you're interested in doing a wellness phone consultation, if you're interested in a journal, or if you're interested in bumper stickers, put whatever you're interested in. If you want to volunteer, if you have skills that you would like to volunteer to the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence, If you if you would like to be on the committee of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence, whatever your interest is, put in the subject header and email me at releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. Releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. Okay. So again, thank you so much for sticking to the end. Thank you so much. If you're interested in making a donation, also email me and I'll just send you the list of ways that you can contribute: PayPal, Cashapp, Venmo, and Zelle. I'll send you that because it's really difficult to see across the bottom of the screen. Even though it's there, it's difficult to see. So whatever you're doing, whether it's a donation, stickers, notebook, whatever, put it in the header, releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. I will respond within 24 hours and direct you accordingly. Okay? Thank you so much for staying to the end. May the goddess bless you in a million ways on this wonderful Saturday. Enjoy the weekend. Go hug a tree. Go walk somewhere barefoot. Go lay by the beach. Do what it is you need to do to take in ecstasy, to take in happiness. You understand? Oh, and one more thing, since yes, today is the 5th, so I will save that. I will save that for that day. Yeah, I will save that for that day. I have a surprise for you. I'm going to save it for the day, though. That's on Tuesday. So Tuesday will be a surprise day. The live will be a surprise day, Tuesday. Yeah. In the meantime, enjoy your week. Enjoy your weekend. Have a blessed and wonderful, magical day. And I will see you again on Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the continued reading of The Alchemist. So I will be back on Monday with the continued reading of The Alchemist at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Monday. All right? Have a great day.